Hi everyone, we are from Group 8. This is for the Mathematic for Science class. And we are gonna give a presentation about mathematics for chemistry. The topic is algebra. My name is Aina Salsabila M. My student ID is 2004548 and my friend is Luthfiyah Azzahra K. The student number is 2001525. Next. So for the materials, we will talk about first to understand and use the symbols, and then the second topic is rearrange an equation to change the subject, and then substitute numerical values into algebraic equations using appropriate units for physical quantities, and then to solve algebraic equations, and then use logarithms in context with quantities that range over several orders of magnitude. For the first material, we are going to talk about symbol. First, we have equals to shows the equation of two expressions on each side of the sign. For example, A equals to B. The value of A will be the same or equals to the value of B. And then the second is equilibrium to denote a reaction in both directions. Example, AA plus BB equilibrium to CC plus DD. The forward rate of reaction equals the backward rate of reaction. Next, another symbol is less than to describe the inequality between two numbers, and then the other symbol is greater than, also to describe the inequality between two numbers. So for example, A less than B, the value of A is less than the value of B. And then another one is A greater than B. The value of A is greater than the value of B. For the next symbol, we have much less than to show that X is probably several orders of magnitude smaller than Y. For example, X much less than Y. The value of X much less than Y. And then we have much greater than to show that X is probably several orders of magnitude larger than Y. For example, X much greater than Y means the value of X much greater than Y. Can be used to show that certain numbers or parts of an equation can be safely ignored. For another one is proportional to show two quantities are proportional to one another, but the information were incomplete. For example, an employee is paid a flat amount for each hour they work, so the employee's total earnings will change in direct proportion to number of hours they work. Total pay is proportional to total hours worked. And then we have tilde or similarity. If two geometric objects have exactly the same shape, although not necessarily the same size, they are similar. For example, the triangle A is similar to the triangle of B, even though the size are different, but here if two geometric objects have this exactly the same shape, like the triangle A and the triangle B are exactly the same shape. So we can use this symbol for the triangle A, similarity, triangle B. Yes. Rearrange an equation to change the subject. For the mathematical concept, A equal to B times C. So then to find B and C, we can get C equal to A over B. B is B equal to A over C. For example, context in chemistry, for the mass formula, we can use this formula: amount of substance times molar mass. So M equal to N times MR. So to find the value of N, or amount of substance, it is equal to M, or mass, over molar mass, or MR. And then how about to find the MR? To find the MR, we can use this formula: MR equal to M, or mass, over N, or amount of substance. For the next slide is gonna be presented by Luthfiyah.
Thank you, Aina, for the opportunity. The next materials is substitute numerical value into algebraic equations using appropriate units for physical quantities. In the mathematical concept, if there is substituting x equals to -2 following the expression x squared, so the answer is we substitute x equals to -2 into x, then will be -2 the power of 2 and equals to 4. We should considering the signs. If there are two negatives, it will make a positive. It occurs in division and multiplication operation, such as minus -3 times -5 equals to 15, and -15 divided by -3 equals to 5. And then if there are two negatives, it will make a negative. It happens in addition operation, such as -3 plus -5 is equals to -8. And the last is two negatives in the middle, and there it becomes a plus. It happens in subtraction operation. So such as -3 minus -5, it will be -3 plus 5 equals to 2. And then the context in chemistry is we can find it in Hess law. And Hess law said the amount of heat required or dissipated in a chemical reaction is not at all in the course of the reaction, determined by the initial and final conditions. So the context in chemistry, we focus in enthalpy change calculation according to Hess law. It will be A equals to B plus C. And in the simple way, the formula we can denote by delta H1 equals to delta H2 plus delta H3. Next material is solve algebraic equations. In the mathematical concept, there is an equation such as E equals to U plus PV. Find phi following the value of E equals to 7, U equals to 2, and P equals to 3. And then we substitute the E value, U value, and P value, and then we get the value is 5/3. So context in chemistry. So the values are given: rate equals to 4 times 10 to the power of -3, and the product, there are hydrogen and nitrogen monoxide. For the hydrogen equals to 3 times 10 to the power of -3, and the nitrogen monoxide is 4 times 10 to the power of -3. And we substitute all of them into the rate equations, and we can find the coefficient 1. So the value of coefficient is 1/1.2 times 10 to the power of -5. Next is perform calculation involving logarithms. So in mathematical concepts, we know that many characteristics of logarithms, such as in the left side, we can find a log a equals to 1 and so on. So for example, is 10 to the power of 2 equals to 100. So when we calculate log 100, it will be equals to 2. We can find logarithm in the Arrhenius equation. So there is a formula k equals to a e to the power of negative ea over rt. And then use ln or natural logarithm. Thus, the equation will similar with y equals to ax plus b. And it will be ln k equals to ln a plus ln e to the power of negative ea over rt. From this, we know the one of natural logarithm characteristic is ln e to the power of n. It will be same as n, because ln e equals to 1. Thus, the Arrhenius equation will be ln k equals to negative ea over rt plus ln a. So that's all. Thank you for your attention. I hope it will be useful for you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.